Yeah.
Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kradita Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamridavashini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Ambatvam Anusantatami Bhagavad Gita Tvishini.
Verse 3. Yeah. As I was telling, the verse 3 is very much similar to the 4th chapter verse, that Avatara verse. Ajopi sanna, Avyaya Atmapi sanna, Bhutanam Vishwaropi sanna, Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. There Bhagavan says, one who knows me that way knows. One who knows me that way there is knows. That means he is a person who knows. Means he is also equal to me. Here also similar thing he is saying. Let us go through that. Yeah.
Bhagavan as the cause of everything. Yoma Jamanadim cha Veti Loka Maheshwaram Asam Muda Samartyeshu Sarva Papai Pramuchyate. Yaha, the one who, me, Ajam, who is unborn, not an effect, Anadim cha, and beginningless, not a cause, Loka Maheshwaram, who is the limitless Lord of the world, Veti, knows, Saha Martyeshu, he among the mortals, Asam Mudaha, being no longer deluded, Sarva Papaihi Paramuchyate, is released from all papas. The one who knows me as unborn, not an effect, beginningless, not a cause, and the limitless Lord of the world, he among the mortals, being no longer deluded, is released from all papas. Previously, Bhagavan said, I am the cause for all the devas and maharshis. For the Atma of a deva or a maharshi, he is not the cause, but because Atma is he. It is for the upadhi, because of which you call this jiva a maharshi, or this one a deva, a human being or an animal. For all the upadhis, meaning body, mind and sense complexes, Ishvara, the cause, Adi, creation is only for the upadhi. Because I am the cause of everything, there is no cause for me. Therefore, Aham Ajaha, I am unborn. Why? Because I have no cause, Anadi. Otherwise, Aja and Anadi both have same meaning. Anadi means the one who has no beginning and is therefore not born. So why these two words? I am not born, Aja, because I have no beginning, Anadi, meaning no cause. Therefore, the cause for not being born, Ajatva, is Anaditva, having no cause. Another way of looking at this is that Aja, the one who is not born, there is one who is not in effect. And Anadi means the one who has no cause, that is he himself is the cause of everything. As he is the cause of everything, even of devas and maharshis, there is none other to be the cause of Ishvara. And at the same time, he is not born, that is not an effect.
Here,
not an effect.
What we have to understand is, cause and effect belong to the same level of reality. Okay, anything that is effect must have a cause of the same level of reality. Like for example, pot and clay have got the same level of reality. So we can say clay is the cause, pot is okay. Whereas here Ishvara is not at the same level of reality. Ishvara, Brahman, Atma are all of a different order of reality, for which the example given is dream and waking. Waking is a different order of reality, dream is a different order of reality. So in dream, there can be a tiger because of which you may be afraid and you may be running. So the running and you are being afraid and the tiger are both in the same order of reality. But once you wake up, The tiger dream, you will laugh it off. See, I had a bad dream, that's all. You will laugh it off. You are not going to be afraid because you have moved into a different order of reality. In the same way, here why he says Ajaha cannot be the cause for the Maharishi or Deva, because Maharishi, Deva are of a different order of reality. The bifurcation between Deva, Maharishi, animal, etc. are a different order of reality where there is a cause and effect. Then, if I am the cause, which I am the different order of reality, that is Ishvara, how can I be the cause? That is why he says the cause is only for the Upadhi. The sense, Maya is the Upadhi, and which is of the same order of reality of Deva, Maharshi, Jiva. Both Jiva and Ishwaratvam are both of the same order of reality. But Ishvara and Atma are of a different order of reality. So that once we understand, then we will be able to understand how Ajaha, Anadi, Ishvara, how can he be the cause of all these things? That is what he is trying to say. Even though there is no cause, I am the cause of everything, there is no cause for me. Because as Brahman and Ishvara and Atma, there is no cause for me. But I am the cause for everything by Maya Shakti, which is of the same order of reality. This is Mithya, changing. Maya also is changing all the time. Sattva-guna, Raja-guna, Tama-guna, constantly changing. And the Upadhis are also constantly changing. So, for changing reality, there is a changing cause and a changing effect. Whereas the changeless is the ultimate, the Ajaha. And that is our own Swarupa also is the same. Like in our own case also, our body, mind, senses are Upadhis only. Whereas Atma is a different order of reality. So, how body, mind, senses are born? But our own karma. And karma and the body, mind, senses are of the same order of the reality. Why? Because karma is born of avidya. Avidya of what? Avidya that my reality is Atma. Instead, I assume that I am the body, I am the body, I am the mind. So from there our avidya starts. From there there is a cause. That avidya becomes the cause for our births and deaths, samsara. So once you reduce to the level of the changing reality, then you will be always born and samsara is all about. We have to raise ourselves to the level of our actual reality, that is Atma. That is what he is trying to say. He is saying that once somebody knows that my reality, that is Bhagavan's reality is Ajaha, Anadi, as not born, not gone, no cause, no effect. At that level of reality, if you understand, then you are asammudaha. That means you are out of avidya. Mudaha means what? Avidya. Asammudaha means you are totally out of avidya. Once you are, naturally you will not be martyeshu. That is, you will not be a mortal. You will not be coming and going. So once you are out of that, you are sarva papaiki pramuchyate. So because you raise yourself to the level of your actual reality, that is, there is a kala vastu, parichinnam, atma, wherefore being, etc. All those things we have discussed, all these up to 9 chapters. So that clarity should be there. That is what he says in this verse. What he says is that level of reality is different of Ajaha and Anadi. And in spite of that, if I am the cause for Deva, Maharishi, animal and all that, is because of the Upadhi. The Upadhi, as I have always been telling, is only a defect, an adjunct. Unreal, Maya, what is not there but appears, it's an appearance. So level of reality, appearance is Mithya. Whereas Satyam is not appearance, Satyam is real for sure, it cannot be negated, cannot be improved upon, cannot be eliminated. So that is our reality. But when we go to a level of Upadhi, which is changing, then Maharishi, Deva, everything is possible. All cause and effect, everything is possible. That is what he is trying to say. That is what we have to be very clear about. Yeah.
But Swamiji, suppose it is Krishna who is, we look at him as Krishna, Avatara. Then is it possible that this can be told about him? Because he Atma Maya alladane avirbhavichirukkaru illaya.
Yeah, so Atma Maya, and that is why he says that Krishna, Avatara in the sense, even though he appears, his appearance, Avatara is what? Avatara is Mithya only. Avatara is an appearance. Okay, yes. And that is why he is able to talk to Arjuna and you and me also as Bhagavan. But he says, I am not that he says, I am Ajaha. I am not the Krishna which you are seeing. That is what he says. Yo mam ajam anadim sa veti. When you are able to look at me, you will be look at me as Ishvara.
That's what I'm
Then
asking.
automatically you will be out of, you will not be sammudaha, then you will understand what I am trying to say about the realities. So you should not look at yourself as just karta, that I am killing and somebody is getting killed, which he has already clarified in the beginning itself. Na satya vittito bhavaha, na bhava. Even the first thing, asochan anvasochastvam, pragyam vadamscha bhasase na. Gatasun agatasuncha nanusochanti pandidaha. Gatasun agatasun. It is, you are neither born nor gone. Gata and agata. Straight away, first sentence, first upadesha itself, it starts like that. And the next 20 verses is elaboration. This is, he points out only the reality. It's purely reality understanding. Your reality is Atma. My reality is Ishvara, or both of a different order of reality. Your whole life which you are now saying that it's all, I am killing so many people of my bandhus and everyone are there and all that, it's all because of your identification with aham, this body and mind as my reality. It is not so. Body and mind is there. It is there for a role. It is there for a dharma. It is there because of a cause. But you are not body and mind. Body and mind is you, but you are not body and mind. That is the whole Tattvariya, that is the whole teaching. First 20 verses he finished straight away. Thereafter now he is explaining, okay, in the light of that understanding, what this is all about. What is this, the dharma? It is all because people are here, you and I are here because we didn't understand it in the first place. The reality. We thought we are our body, mind, and then naturally we do a lot of things. And the entire karma kanda, 90% of Vedas are karma kanda, and they bless you. If you think that you want to go to Sargaloka, Sarga Kamaha Ejeta. It doesn't say that you are a body mind. If you assume, then do this. Okay, so the Shastra is very clear. Shastra doesn't say you are a karta bhokta, you are body mind. But body mind is there as part of the Satyam. Or as I have always been telling, the awareful being when it explodes, it is there as everything. Like even atom or nucleus explodes, the whole matter and energy is called Vikasitam, Vikshepa Shakti. Likewise, I, the awareful being, or Ishvara, the awareful being, when it explodes, what you see in front of it is Jagat. It is only in name and form. It is one reality. If you analyze each one, you won't be getting even a thing actually. In the sense, they say that science also agrees with that. If you analyze, metal is formed out of atom molecules, then atoms, then particles, electrons, and finally when you try to see an electron vanishes. It is only charge, they will say charge, quanta, etc. So many things they keep saying. And finally they go to find out the fundamental particles, they don't get it. Even today they don't get it. Because nothing exists. Everything is a movement in my vibhuti, the awareful being. Desa kala vastu aparichinnam. Not a thing, only the being. So that is what the whole thing is all about. But if you assume, Shastra says, okay, do it. Because everyone assumes, every one of the humanity are animals and all, they just live their life and go. But every one of the humanity think that I am a separate person. This is my body, this is my mind. I am from this to this I am bound by, and that is another body. And even Shastra also says, cow and space, where cow is, horse is not there, where horse is, cow is not there. But both of them are there in space, but you can't see space, you can see only cow, and that is how our eyes are given like that. Eyes are sense of touch and all that. The differentiation is a vibhuti of Sat actually. Like as I have always been telling, in the pot there is a lamp. The lamp through, suppose some 6-7 holes are there in the pot, light of 7 beams will come. And you will think from outside there are 7 beams of light, whereas actually there is only one light. So likewise, we assume there is many bodies, many nama, many rupa and all. There is only one light of consciousness, that is the being, awareness being. That is the ultimate reality. That is what Vidya is all about. You have to understand it that way. But in the meantime, as we proceed, we are time and again we told, okay, if you will look at it like this, Dharma is like this, what you call the 8th chapter, Adi Bhuta, Adi Deva, Adhyatma, all those things are explained and all that. But finally, after as he proceeds further, he comes back to the truth. What he told in the 4th chapter, he is telling it again, because this is the truth. You have to understand it this way. If you don't understand it, there is a Dharma matrix. The Panchabhuta is there, Tattva is there. Panchabhuta inside, Panchabhuta outside, is a human being, there are animals, etc., etc., all those things. Because Vibhuti itself is so, what you call, so Ashcharyavat, it is available for transaction, is available for name and form, and it is available for functionality, and they are all interlinked through an order. The physical order is there, chemical order is there, all these orders. So all this put together gives us a feeling that there is something really there out there in the world. But it is like a dream only. The reality is only the awareness being. But if you drop down from that reality to the Vyavahara, then everything is possible. And that everything is also within an order, Ishvara Icha. Ishvara Icha means Swechaya, that Dakshamurtim Sostaram says, Desa Kala Kalana, Vaichitri Chitri Kritam. Vaichitri Desa Kala Kalana, it says Swechaya. Swechaya meaning by an order. By order of, because of the order, we think that there is something real out there. Order is there, transaction is there, Prayojanatvam is there. Like even a pot has Prayojanam, it encloses water. But the reality is what? Clay. And clay is useful, you can make a pot, you can make a Ganapati Murti. But what is the reality of clay? Silica. And what is the reality of silica? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen molecules. And what is the reality of those molecules? Atoms. And what is the reality of those atoms? If you go down and down, finally it will come to only the being, conscious being. But since they are available for transaction, we think that there is a reality. It is available for transaction, means it doesn't become real. That is why we give the dream example. Even in dream, everything is available. In dream also you are afraid, you are sweating. And when you get up only you assume that it's a dream, why am I sweating? So like that. In dream, waking reality is gone. It is not there. In waking reality, dream is gone. So both are equally unreal. That's what Upanishad says, Mandukya Upanishad. And because in waking also, whatever you think it is there and all that, everything is in the mind only. The pot does not come and say, I am pot. You give the name. And the name is from your memory. Because earlier you have seen a pot, this also you call it a pot. So that pot, that memory, knowledge, information is what we call, it's all in the mind. So your 99% of your world is lived in your mind. And in dream also everything is in the mind. So what the Shastrakara says, there is no difference between a dream and a waking world. Because both are in the mind only. And out what is there is only Satyam. Only Bhagavan is there. As awareful being, as Satyam it is all there. Neither it is authored by you or anybody. It's all there. Sadeva Satyam. And if you bring in time and space, coordinates, then you start giving names and forms. I am here, I am not there. That place, this place, time, distance, everything comes. That is what instance. Instance says once you remove time and space are not observed. Once time and space are removed, there is the whole thing changes. That is what our Shastra has always told. Desha kala vastu aparichinnam. That is the reality. So, everywhere you have to continuously get connected to that, what has been told in the second chapter. On that basis, if you look at this, he says, if you understand me that way, ajaha is my reality. If you understand it, then you will also be asammudaha, and you will be out of samsara, pramuchyate. Straight away he says that. Let us read it further. Just try to connect. I am just trying to give you some connections. Yeah.
Shankara takes it this way because Bhagavan has been saying that he is the cause of everything. In this context, it is proper to take it this way. Loka Maheshwara, the one who is the Lord of all people and who is limitless. Shankara says that he is the one who is not subject to birth, who is not the waker, dreamer, or a deep sleeper. He is neither the physical world nor the subtle or causal world. He is the one who is the Adhisthana, basis of all three and the truth of all three. Third, Turiya.
Turiya means fourth state. Turiya means fourth state. What fourth state meaning? It is subsisting all the waker, dreamer, as well as the sleeper, but it is available through all the three. But it is not. It is not a reality of any of the three. It is apart from that. That is why Turiya means fourth. Chatur has become Turiya. Chatur means fourth. So, for our understanding, it is the fourth state. Actually, there is no fourth state. What subsists all the three states but stands apart is called Turiya, that is the Satyam, Adhishtanam, Atma, Brahman, Ishvara, all are synonyms. Adhishtanam, Turiya, Atma, Brahman, Ishvara, all are synonyms. Yeah.
He is free from ignorance and its product. He is the Lord, the cause of everything. The one who recognizes Bhagavan as everything is free from delusion. The one who recognizes this is an asammuda, free from delusion. Someone who is deluded takes Satchit Ananda Atma, the cause of everything, as a product. What is free from form is taken as something with a form. What is timeless is taken as subject to time. In other words, Atma is taken as Anatma. When you say I am tall, short and so on, the tall or short body is taken as Atma. Upon Atma you superimpose the body, and upon the body you superimpose Atma. The result is a typical samsari. Such a person is called Sammuda. Asammuda means the one who is free from this delusion.
Yeah, see, this para is such a heavy para. Unless you understand what all we have discussed before, what I have tried to summarize here, unless you understand that, this part of it you won't be able to understand. So, a lot of things are assumed here. Such you take Satchit Ananda Atma, we must know what Satchit Ananda Atma, what has been talked about in the second chapter. All those things we should be able to connect. Then only we can say Atma means it is nothing to do with, it is neither a product nor a cause. It is timeless, it is free, there is a kala, vastu, aparichinnam, all those things you'll be able to understand that. Unless you understand all that, this para will not be able to make sense. That is why you have to keep on doing Purva para. Yeah, further.
Sahamartyeshu asammuda. He is not deluded even though he is one among the mortals. You cannot take him to be a mortal anymore. Such a person is released. Pramuchyate
meaning much means much dhatu freedom. Pram means definitely. Prakarshena muchyate. For sure. Yeah.
He is liberated, he gains moksha. And sarva papa he, in terms of all in terms of all papas, he is released. There are two types of papa. One is deliberate, well thought out. The other is a wrong done because of indifference or carelessness. You are supposed to be careful in not hurting, etc. If you are not, that carelessness produces papa. There was a person who was assigned to bring banana leaves for a wedding feast. He had to go some 10 miles to get them for, but that was his job. When the marriage is over, very important that all guests eat and go. Everybody is ready to eat and there are no banana leaves. This person had not brought the banana leaves. When the bride's father asked him what happened to them, he said, "Oh, it's my mistake, I accept by mistake." Accepting the mistake cannot solve the problem. When something is to be done, it is to be done. There is no use not doing it and then owning up the mistake, which is an omission due to carelessness. You are supposed to be alert and careful. Even if you unconsciously step on an insect while walking, this is non-deliberate papa. All these papas are neutralized by doing your nitya karma, daily prayers. Because Bhagavan has said sarva, all papa, it includes punya also. Punya is also bondage. It's a golden shackle binding him to experience some better situation. How is he liberated from all papas? Because he is no longer a karta. He recognizes the Atma, which was always a karta, a non-doer, but taken as a doer. Because of that, he subjected himself to the various punya papa karmas. Now recognizing the fact that Atma is a karta, he is released from punya and papa. This is moksha. The prarabdha karma is therefore for the time being, but he will be released from that also in time.
There for the time being. In the sense, what it says is, whether it is a deliberate punya papa or by mistake or by chance, whatever happens, everything is for the karta. As long as you have you think that you are the body mind, then the body mind itself is born out of punya and papa. So when you associate, when you think that you are the body mind, whatever that punya papa, deliberate or by mistake or by kasmat, whatever, everything comes back to you. You, in the sense, karma phala avashyam bhavi, at the same level of reality, as long as you consider yourself at the same level of reality. But once you understand your Atma Akarta, you will raise yourself to the other level of reality. There, when you are understanding that reality is like that, there, what happened at the other level of reality, that will not bind you. That will bind only the body mind. Along with the body mind, that will also go. Because the Karta is no more there. Once the body goes, that is, the body will be there as long as the Prarabdha is there. Because body is part of the Prarabdha karma, body is part of that order of reality. So that order of reality will fulfill and go. But by that time, the order of reality, lives out its Prarabdha, you must be able to wake up to the next level of reality. That is the whole thing. That is why this human birth it is possible for you to wake up to the next order of reality. I am saying then, so that is why in Gita, Shankara elaborately says, by doing good karma, bad karma and all that, you are not going to get this moksha. You will still be in chakra, like what he says, golden shackle. If you do punya, you will again have to take a birth to be a deva. And exhaust your punya and come back again. If you do papa, you will go to the bad lot. You will become born an animal or whatever it is. Exhaust your papa, come back again. So going and coming will continue as long as you look at yourself as a mortal. You look at yourself associated with body mind. Body mind is me is fine, but I am body mind. My reality is body mind. As long as you think that way, you are not going to be out of the cycle of birth and death, or karma and akarma and vikarma, papa, punya and all that. So unless you understand the reality, your reality is Atma, it is not a karta. Till then this chakra will continue. That is what he says. That is what the whole tatparya of the teaching is. Brahma Vidya is only that, it says only by jnanam. Jnate dvaitam na vidyate. That Mandika Upanishad says. By the moment you know, you are out of the cycle, you are woken up. For waking up from dream, how long it takes? It takes a split second. That is all. So it is not a process. This understanding is, your clarity should be there. Once you understand thoroughly, then you are out of it. So that is why this Brahma Vidya, the whole Upanishad, Brahma, all the Prasthanatraya, Gita, Upanishad rooms are all concentrating on making you understand the reality. Understanding reality is only Tatparya for all this. That is why, and everything else is only to give you an infrastructure. How you have a mental infrastructure where you are able to go read through this, understand this without getting distracted, because the distraction is from a different order of reality, and that is where you are. Just imagine, you are there in a different order of reality, and from there you have to wake up. Nobody knows how you wake up from a dream. Suddenly, something, you are falling from a cot, you are dreaming, then you wake up. But how can falling from a cot in a dream make you wake up? Really, nobody knows. So like that, you have to wake up from this dream reality in which we are living. That is where all the grace, all the punya, and supposed to be all the good karmas, all our mental tranquility, karma yoga, all these are supposed to help us to get to this understanding, get to this, focus ourselves, ask this question, what it is all about, what is my reality, ask this question. And once you know this, that's it, done. But till then the preparation, that is why the sadhana, satushtaya, champanna, the karma yoga, so many qualifications, so many way of living, the style of living, all bhakti, everything is only for that purpose. That people, bhakti is for the accumulating punya, going to heaven. So there again we have misunderstanding. That is not being told properly by the acharyas. In the sense, the acharyas have to say this is the only purpose. Human life, the only purpose is for only getting out of this dream. So there are a lot of books that we have been talking about, Dakshinamurti Stotram. All the Prasthanatraya is meant for only that. So focus should be on the Prasthanatraya and Shankara Bhashya. Then we will be able to make it. But the way in which we have already come here, now we are already in the midst of the 10th chapter of Gita, that means all of us are having it. So we should not be, whether I have it, I should not be having doubts. When I am already here, we should make it. That's it. We should not look back. Yeah.
Prashant, will you read? Verses 4 and 5. Prashant, is there? Verses 4 and 5.
Can you read? My mic is not okay. Can you read?
Oh, okay.
But now it sounds okay. Read it. We will try.
I will. Just give me 5 minutes. You read for 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah. Now
Verses
you
4
will
and 5.
sound better. Yeah, okay.
Bhagavan as the cause of the qualities in living beings. Further, Bhagavan says, I am the Lord of all beings because Buddhir Jnanama Sammohaha Kshama Satyam Tamashamaha Sukham Dukkham Bhavo Bhavo Bhayam Cha Bhayameva Cha Ahimsa Samata Tushtihi Tapodanam Yasho Yashaha Bhavanti Bhava Bhutanam Mattayeva Pritak Vidaha. Buddhihi, the capacity to understand, jnanam, knowledge, asammohaha, freedom from delusion, kshama, accommodation, satyam, truthfulness, damaha, restraint in behavior, shamaha, mastery over the ways of thinking, sukham, pleasure, dukkham, pain, bhavaha, creation, bhavaha, creation, abhavaha, destruction, bhayam, fear, cha, bhayam, and fearlessness, eva, cha, and further, ahimsa, not hurting, samatha, equanimity, tushtihi, contentment, tapaha, religious discipline, danam, charity, yashaha, fame, ayashaha, ill fame, pritak vidaha, these many different bhavaha, dispositions and things, bhutanam, of living beings, mattaha eva bhavanti, are all from me alone. The capacity to understand, knowledge, freedom from delusion, accommodation, truthfulness, restraint in behavior, mastery over the ways of thinking, pleasure, pain, creation, destruction, fear and fearlessness, and further, not hurting, equanimity, contentment, religious discipline, charity, fame, ill fame, these different dispositions and things of living beings are all from me alone. Here, Bhagavan says, Mattaha eva, all these are only from me. What are they? he tells them one by one, so that nothing is left out. This is why the chapter is called Vibhuti Yoga. Any glory that you see, any fame in the creation belongs to me. If there is any brilliance or accomplishment in a given person, that belongs to me. If anything is strikingly beautiful, that beauty belongs to me. In the Puranas, we learn that certain rivers are more sacred than others. That sanctity is only because of me. Therefore, whenever you worship or respect something extraordinary, that respect and worship go only to me because everything is born of me.
Can you hear me?
Ah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Great.
Buddhi and jnana both have the same meaning. So we have to make a distinction here. Shankara says buddhi is the capacity of the antakarana to reveal subtle things not available for perception at all. When you say something is beautiful, that beauty is not available for mere sense perception, yet it is something that you appreciate. Any kind of enjoyment or anything inferentially arrived at is also sukshma, subtle. Though not available for perception, yet you appreciate its existence. The capacity to reveal such things belongs to the buddhi. The one who has that power is buddhiman. He may be a scientist or a musician, but you call him buddhiman. He has the capacity to see things that are subtle in nature. Then its product is jnana. Those who have buddhi gain knowledge of the meaning of the words like atma and so on. It is called jnana, knowledge. Because the object is there, knowledge of it is possible. That object is born of me. And knowledge is born of me because, being sarvajna, all knowledge is with me. Any time you come to know something, it has come from me. Since omniscience is already there, you do not produce any knowledge, you only remove the ignorance with reference to a given object. Thus, knowledge is born. You may think that you have produced certain knowledge. Bhagavan says, no, it has come from me. The very faculty of knowing is from me, and the knowledge itself is born of me. If you see this, your ahankara gets diminished. Asammoha is freedom from delusion. Whenever an object appears in front of you, if it is known as it is without any distortion, it means that you pursue the knowledge with discrimination. This is called asammoha. If you come to a hurried conclusion without discrimination, it is called sammoha. You see a rope and you jump thinking it's a snake. This is sammoha. Asammoha is deliberately, without hurrying, looking into things and understanding them as they should be understood. You keep an open mind and explore and understand, then there is asammoha. You should know that the senses, the mind, etc. can deceive. They are capable of distortion and do not really present objects as they are. Your perception can be born of your own fear and anxiety and so on. You can even project things that are not there at all. Therefore, proper understanding is very important. It will make you alert. That asammoha is also from me, Bhagavan says. Shama. Suppose you are scolded by somebody and are subjected to verbal or physical abuse, you will not be affected by it if you have Shama. Shama is a state of mind in which you do not internalize those things. If someone is angry, you have to deal with his anger. But if in the process you become angry, you are internalizing the problem. Not internalizing is Shama. If somebody is angry, you confine his anger to him. Try to understand why he is angry and do what has to be done. That is dealing with it. The mind that does not undergo any internalization in situations which are not very pleasant is said to have Kshama. Satyam. Here, Shankara gives a definition of Satya. I'm not able to read that footnote.
Satyam yata drishtasya yata shrutasya cha atma anubhavasya parabuddhi sankrantaye tataiva uccharyamana Vak Satyam Uchyate. So, what it says, whether he explains, let me see.
Here,
Yeah, he is explaining. You go through the explanation. Yes, yeah.
here he has taken the word Satya not as an ontological word talking about the reality of something, but as referring to the value of truthfulness in the spoken word.
Yeah. Read.
The spoken word should be true to something that is seen or heard or experienced by you, and in that manner that is exactly as it was seen or heard. It should be conveyed to another mind in order to make the other mind understand it exactly as you understood.
Yeah, correct. So Satyam is not the Paramarthika Satyam which we talk about in like Satyam. It is purely contextual. In the sense, you see things as they are and tell without any distortion to the other person. So that much be truthful in your communication. That's what he means by saying Satyam. Yeah.
Something was heard or seen or experienced by you, therefore you can talk about it. Not that you should go about talking to others about everything, it is not necessary. But when you want to, please say it honestly. As it was experienced directly through your own sense organs, or as it was reported to you by somebody else, or even experienced by you subjectively, in the same manner it is to be spoken of for the purposes of making another person understand. That is called Satya. All these belong to an order, a moral order uncreated by the individual. It is all Bhagavan's creation. Satya, Dhamma, Shama are all Bhagavan's creation, and when we have them, we are in harmony with the creation and with Bhagavan. So what we speak is what we know. Satyam Vada, be truthful. Then it should also be pleasing. Priyam Vada, we make a prayer for this. Chihvame Madhumattama, let there be honey on my tongue. May I speak in a way that pleases, that does not hurt anyone. Only a teacher can say hurtful words, nobody else. He has to say the truth, and when he does, it is not always very pleasant. But even he has to say it in a way that does not frighten the person away. Though he sometimes has to say something unpleasant, he has to say it in a pleasant way. Therefore, be truthful, but do not be indifferent to your discretion. All these, Bhagavan says, emanate from him alone. Dhamma is discipline with reference to external organs. It is control at the level of expression, a capacity not to be carried away by an action which has already arisen in your mind. Having arisen, it can be carried out either perceptually or by an organ of action. The capacity to refrain from that is called Dhamma. Sama, a mastery over the very ways of thinking. You do not yield to certain patterns of thinking which you know are harmful or useless. You get certain space because of which you are able to have a mastery over the ways of thinking. This is called Sama.
Shama.
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 Slightly one matra extra.
When Shama is there, you do not need to practice Dhamma because it follows automatically. There is no problem. But in the absence of Shama, you do require Dhamma. Sukha, inner pleasure or happiness. Even Sukha, Bhagavan says, is born of me. It means there is nothing you can claim as your own. These are desirable things and they are all from me alone. Even undesirable things are from me, he is going to say later. But here, he emphasizes desirable things because undesirable things do not cause a problem in terms of inflating your ego. But Bhagavan makes it clear that whenever you get desirable things which can cause pride, this pride is meaningless. This is what he wants to prove. Wherever there is something praiseworthy, the source of that is me. Therefore, you cannot be proud about it. In one form or another, the Ahankara wants to survive. So Bhagavan says that whatever you accomplished, accomplishment belongs to me. It is my glory, my fame. As an individual, there is no fame unless you say, I am the Lord. Then you are not an individual. You can say everything is mine, but purely at the individual level, you have to recognize all glories or accomplishments as vibhutis of Ishvara. Dukkha, affliction,
Bhagavan says is also from me. Any pain is according to the law of karma, which is myself. And therefore it also comes from me. Bhava, creation, any creation is from me. Even though you may be the father of a child and may say the child is born of you, in fact, it is born of me, Bhagavan says. I saw a cartoon of Bhagavan as a kid trying to make a chicken. He had all the genes in a test tube. Then the tube broke and all the genes got scattered everywhere. In the cartoon, they show him with a question mark. He is God and he is wondering what to do. It is very revealing. Putting together all these genes to make a chicken is not an ordinary thing. So if anybody thinks that I am the doer, it is meaningless. The hen can think she created the chick. The rooster can say he is the author. But Bhagavan says I am the author. Even a creation within the creation is from Bhagavan. That is the idea. Abhava has different meanings. The prefix a can be used in the sense of abha varta, total absence.
Abhava artha means total absence. Yeah. Abhava artha. Abhava artha. Artha means meaning. Abhava not there. So when it combines, it becomes abhava artha. Yeah.
Abhavartha, bhavartha. Alpartha, inadequacy, or viparya yartha in the sense of opposite. When you say there is no light, it can mean darkness, or it can be inadequate light. Here Shankara takes it as opposite. Viparya. Why? Because Bhagavan has said bhava, creation. If creation is from Bhagavan, its opposite destruction takes place because of Ishvara alone. That there is the possibility of destruction is because of me alone. Destruction means destroying something that is created. There is a law that governs life, and because of that law, life continues. Because of the same law, life goes. The law is Bhagavan, and that is why he says destruction is also from me. Bhaya, fear, is also from me, Bhagavan says. Because the source of fear is the vastness of the creation and its irrevocability, certain things such as death and time are irrevocable. You can never reverse them, and that inevitably causes fear. Death and time are also Bhagavan. So all Bhaya is discussed by him, is caused by him. So all Bhaya is caused by him. You can avoid this Bhaya if you hold on to Ishvara, but if you think you are going to take care of things, Bhaya comes. As long as an individual thinks that he is an individual, separate from everything else, there will be fear. Ishvara himself becomes Bhaya Karana, the source of fear. The Taittiriya Upanishad says Vayu, air, moves because of fear of Ishvara, and the sun rises because of this fear alone. In other words, because of Ishvara's mandate. Agni and Indra both do their jobs. Agni keeps burning, and Indra rules the heaven, all because of Ishvara's mandate. Even Lord of Death is on the move because of Ishvara. Ishasma Ataf Pavate Vishoteti Suryaha
Agnischa Indrascha.
Mrityurdavati
Panchami. Yeah. So Mrityurdavati Panchami iti. See, Davati meaning it jumps. What Bhagavan says, Mrityu does not by order the 90-year-old, then 85-year-old, then like that he doesn't, it seems he can do anything. 90-year-old can go and then 5-year-old can go. So jumps. He doesn't go it, do it. That is why Davati doesn't do its work. It Davati, it jumps. Mrityu Davati Panchamaiti. Yeah.
Abhaya, fearlessness. The same Ishvara, if you do not look upon him as separate, is Abhaya Karana, the very source of fearlessness. Both fear and fearlessness are from Ishvara. If Ishvara is not known to you, the whole world is separate from you, because to know Ishvara is to know everything.
Know everything
is to know everything is Ishvara.
Yeah.
If this is not known, the fear will start from cockroaches. If it is known, there is no fear at all. Ahimsa, not hurting another living being deliberately. How do you know Ahimsa is from Ishvara? Is it revealed in a scripture Otherwise, how can you prove that anything came from Ishvara? Ahimsa does not need to be revealed because it is known to us. It is revealed already by common sense. The law is there. We all know. We do not want to get hurt, nor do we see anything else wanting to get hurt. Therefore, ahimsa exists as an integral part of the moral order. The moral order is part of the creation. It does not need to be mandated by Ishvara in some scripture. If such a thing happens to be there, it is universal. If it is universal, it is not man-made. It is from Ishvara. Therefore, Bhagavan says, ahimsa is from me. They are all from me and they are also good for gaining me. Because when you follow them, you are in harmony with the universal order that is me. Samatha, sameness of mind, whether you get something desirable or undesirable. Tushti, contentment.
Tushti.
Pushti.
Tushti. We say no santushti. That tushti. Yeah.
Tushti. When you gain something, you have a sense of satisfaction. A gain does not necessarily leave you with a sense of satisfaction. It can be a source for greed. The more you get, the more you want. That sense of alam, having enough, is called
having enough is called tushti. Contentment.
Tushti, contentment with what you have. If contentment is there, you become the master of any desire you have. A desire that comes out of contentment is a luxury. It becomes your endowment. Because you are capable of desiring, you desire. It is not that you desire in order to be content. You have a contentment out of which desires come, so that all activities become expressions of Ishvara. Contentment, Bhagavan says, is born of me. A particular frame of mind called contentment is because of the predominance of Sattva, and Sattva is Maya, which is of Ishvara. Therefore, contentment is from me alone. You want to read, Uncle?
Yeah, I will read.
From tapas. Yeah.
No, I will read, yes. Tapas refers to religious austerities. Shankara says that disciplining the body backed by control of the sense organs is called tapas. Suppose someone finds that things are not going according to his will because of his own limitations and finds himself carried away by various situations. Then he decides he is going to take charge of his life by undergoing a religious discipline. That is what they call tapas. Any difficulty you willingly undergo for the purpose of some other accomplishment is called tapas. But it should be for antahkarana shuddhi or antahkarana naishchalya or any other spiritual or religious goal. Any pain you undergo for that purpose becomes tapas. That also Bhagavan says is from me. Why? Because various disciplines bring about certain definite results. That law which connects the means to the result is from me. When you strike a matchstick, that is flame. Ishvara says that is from me. Striking the matchstick is sadhana and the flame that results is sadhya. This law is from me. It is me. Tapas is sadhana. The result is the sadhya. And there is sadhya, sadhya. And there is an invariability in the result. If you do this tapas, you get this result. That means there is a sadhana, sadhya connection. Therefore, it is from Ishvara. Dana means giving. Shankara says dana giving should be according to one's capacity. This is very interesting. This is a very interesting qualification. One should not cross one's limit. You give up to your limit, but if you cross that, somebody else has to give you dana. To give to one's limit, no further is called dana. This capacity to do dana is definitely from Ishvara. It is something everyone can do. Only those who,
It's not something everyone can do.
it is not something everyone can do. Only those who can give. Giving charity. Charity requires a certain culture, a certain maturity and humility. That disposition to give is a particular punya. To give, one has to have that. Thus people who can give, keep giving. There are some people who cannot give at all. There are still others who give and complain about it all the time. And then there are people who can give and forget about it. This is dana. There is also another important factor involved in dana. 1 second. That is the recipient, patra, the one to whom you are giving. You must make sure that the recipient is worthy. Shankara says that it should be proper distribution, samavibhaga, a propriety in distribution implies selection of the recipient. Tapas, Yasas means fame. Shankara says fame born of dharma nimitta kriti.
Kirti means, no kirti, fame. Yeah. Dharma nimitta kirti is the real fame. Yeah.
Dharma nimitta kirti is the real fame. This is also from Ishvara. How can you say Ishvara gives fame? Suppose a person has fame. Why is he famous? Suppose it is because he did a lot of charity and people recognize him as a good and great man. Now the recognition is because of the good he has done. That means there is such a thing as good which is recognized universally. That good is Bhagavan. That is law, the universal law. So this person is good to all and therefore he becomes famous. But suppose no one cares for what he did. They think it is all silly. Then he will not become famous. Instead, he will be considered an idiot. And again, suppose one's charity is in the form of going to New York City and distributing cocaine. Every day the person buys $100,000 worth of cocaine and distributes it. He may become popular among certain people, but this is not the kirti meant here. That is why Shankara says dharma nimitta kirti, but notoriety is also from Bhagavan. Shankara, ISS,
opposite. ISS we have discussed, now we are discussing ISS, opposite. Yeah. Ill fame.
ISS means ill fame. Here the particle A is used in the sense of opposite. Viparyaya. It is not anonymity here, though that also is from Bhagavan. Shankara says that is fame, that it is fame born of improper action. Adharma nimitta kirti, like A1 chapter.
No. Al Capone is an Italian gangster. He has put a footnote. Al Capone is the gangster of the Prohibition era. Yeah. He's talking about ISS, no? So he's talking about ill-famed people. Al Capone is an ill-famed person. Yeah.
Which language is this Al Capone?
Al Capone is Italian, Sicily. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. He is also famous for doing this, which are not proper. Why do people look upon him as one who did improper things? Because there is such a thing as propriety, which is created by Ishvara. And naturally, there is the other side of the coin, impropriety. Whoever follows that becomes notoriously popular. All these various things that Bhagavan has mentioned so far are connected to living beings. Bhutanam Bhavaha. Bhutanam Bhavaha. And they are Pratak
Vidaha means separate. Pratak means separate. Vidaha means many and varied. That's what he said.
Pratak Vidaha. Yeah. Pratak Vidaha, many and varied. All these many and varied things connected to living beings, Bhagavan says, are from me alone. How is it that they are from Bhagavan? Does he arbitrarily distribute them? No. All these take place according to one's own karma, one's own efforts. Swakarma Anur
Swakarma Anurupena means following your Swakarma, they are all formed, all rupams, good, bad, ugly, SS, all the what you call, the capability to give dhanam, the capability to do good things, even that capability is born out of your punya. So Swakarma Anurupena, all these are formed. So it's all not arbitrarily done by Bhagavan, it is all due to your own Swakarma, the samskara and all that. So he says it's an order of karma, like even a physical order, chemical order, karma order is there. On that basis, all these qualities fructify in you, accordingly you behave. So all your qualities, good, bad, ugly, everything is because of your Swakarma. That's what he said. The Swakarma is nothing but the karma is the other side of dharma. It's the other side of the coin. Dharma is Ishvara, so karma also is Ishvara. That's why he says. So don't appropriate. All these things are coming from me. That understanding itself will make you to grow into mature person and all. These are all basically qualifications. This we will keep discussing. Even the 13th chapter will discuss all these things. As I have always been telling you, all these are all these Shama, Dhamma, all these things we have discussed is all qualifications for us to understand everything is Ishvara's Vibhuti and totally surrender unto that, that being a Vibhuti means you are aligned with Ishvara, you are not alienated from Ishvara. So accordingly what you will do, once you understand, it is all not mine. Like Swamiji always used to say, when a person, a friend of you, gives a car to you and goes on vacation, you will protect that car better than your own car because it is given under your trust. So you will do with all the care. In the same way, all these, if you understand they are all Ishvara's vibhutis, none of them are authored by you, then you will protect them. You will be careful in having that all the time. You will live an alert living. Samadama, Samadhana, everything is alert living. Ishvara vibhuti. Once you live like that, automatically you will understand they are all given. They are all Ishvara's order. Whereas you will be able to develop that space from that. Then you will get an inquiring mind. All the Ishvara Vibhuti means what am I? That question that will lead you to read Bhagavad Gita, in the sense, get to understand the reality of the whole thing. So all these are qualifications. Vibhuti is why Bhagavan says here is that once you understand they are Ishvara's Vibhuti, you will not try to appropriate. Your ego will remain in check. It will not appropriate that I have done this, I have not done this, is my failure, is my dukkham, all those things. Unnecessary association is, see, one is by way of understanding, which he has been talking about in the second chapter. Now he is talking about the yoga part of it. Yoga part of it, okay, like Tumba Vittu Vala Pudingira Madhi, suppose you don't understand it, you at least understand they are all Ishvara's vibhutis. Surrender yourself into it. Don't appropriate. At the level of your action and your mindset and all that, everything is from Ishvara. Let me overplay it, let me not overplay it, let me not underplay it, everything is Ishvara. Let me do what is appropriate to be given. So at the level of action, you will live an alert life, a yoga. That will give you the chitta samadhanam, the contentment, and that will give you the space to do the inquiry, what it is all about. And we will be prayerful, we will be automatically you will not be doing wrong things. So the mind will not be restless. So chitta naischalyam will be there, chitta samadhanam will be there, and chitta shuddhi will be there. Automatically you will get to inquire the higher values of life. What is what you call the sukshma tama buddhi, which I have told before. Like your mind, the internal organ, the mind is supposed to have that sattva as its real. Sattva means Shuddha Sattva means clean, clear. That Antakarna Shuddhi will help you to reflect the reality. The reality, the Atma will reflect, like even sun will reflect better in a clean mirror. Likewise, your mirror, your Antakarna is like a mirror. It will reflect realities. It will give you an insight about reality unless it is clear, it is Shuddham. Shuddham means what? No conflict, contentment, etc. So if you have not, do not have it, develop it by surrendering that everything is Ishvara's vibhuti. So he is giving you an upaya by understanding that they are all your good, bad, ugly, every quality is Ishvara's vibhuti. There will be a sense of surrender. You will be able to develop a distance and You will not you will not say that this is all my problem, my prarabdha, etc., etc. Just do whatever is appropriate. You will have a contentment, a sense of chitta samadhanam, that you will be able to inquire the higher truth of life. That is what he is trying to say. Vibhutis have to be appreciated in that fashion. Yeah.
Swamiji, actually, while reading tapas here, it says, suppose you find that things are not going according to your will because of your own limitations and find yourself carried away by various situations, then you decide you are going to take charge of your life by undergoing a religious discipline. That is what is called tapas. Now, Swamiji, here I have a very big confusion, Swamiji, because I am sitting at home, I am working at home, I do a religious practice which is normal. Someone else goes to a temple, visits the temple every day, follows a religious practice. Someone else, say it is Thai Amavasai, they get invited to see Thiruvallur, but they say today is Pradosham, I will stay back at home, I will go to the Shiva temple and do this as a religious practice, that is a tapas I am going. Some people don't go anywhere at all, sit at home, read Gita, attend classes over online training, look at gurus in YouTube videos itself and say this is my tapas that I am doing. So what my question is, do you have different tapas? People can have different tapases as form of religious practices and follow that diligently, which is what is required, or do we say?
The tapas, the word tapas can also be in study, tapa alochane. That meaning also is there in the Vedanta Shastra. Tapa alochane, like Taittiriya itself, tapo brahmeti and all it comes. There tapas means study. There what you are talking about is study and understanding and all that. But here what he means tapas is to take charge of your situation. For that you deliberately put yourself in austerity, some vratam and all that, so that you are, by doing certain austerities, you will be able to develop a distance from your body and mind and yourself. The idea is to develop that space so that you get that space to face adverse situations without reacting. If you are in an adverse situation, you find yourself reacting badly. In order to get out of that, you develop that space by doing another tapas. You are bringing your daily routine, a certain austerity, certain tapas, where you develop mastery over your body and mind. Once you develop mastery over your body and mind, when you get into an adverse situation in life, you will be able to face it with endurance and equanimity. For that purpose, what he mentions here is tapas. So the tapas here, the meaning is to develop a mastery over your body and mind. That's all. So that tapas can be anything, but what he has here mentioned is an austerity of the mind control and body control. That's what. But tapas has got a larger meaning in terms of tapa, alochane, study and all. That's a different situation. In this context, it is not meant that way. In this context, to take charge of your body and mind, so that when you get into an unforeseen situation, you are ready to face it with equanimity. That comes only with a sense of body and mind control by doing tapas. That it doesn't happen just like that. You can't live. When you grow, when you are growing from childhood to your youth and all that, initially you won't require all that. But once you grow up into middle age, certain helplessness sets in, certain situations are like that. At that time, we may need all this. That is why people take up that austerity, tapas and all that, some sort of a fasting, ekadashi fasting and all that gives you a control of your body and mind. In the sense, just because mind wants, he will not fall for it. He will say, no, wait. You want to take one more cup of coffee? No, I won't do it. I won't give you today. Then listen, regularly, on a regular basis, you develop that. So that the body and mind, in the sense, that itself tells you that body and mind is you, but you are not the body and mind. So that is where the viveka starts straight away. Otherwise, you become totally a slave to body and mind situation, which is not reality. In terms of reality also, it is wrong. In terms of your control also, you will not be even totally aligning yourself with your body, mind, ego and all. It is not a prudent living even in practical terms. It doesn't, because every day things don't work your own way. There are going to be challenges. For you, there should be certain equanimity, certain contentment, certain space inside for you to, even practical situation to face in life. So, this sort of developing a space between body, mind and you helps you to understand that I am not the body and mind in terms of understanding. At the same time, even practically also, it gives you a certain mastery over facing situations in life. So both ways it is helpful. Here it is the second, what I am telling, that's what is in the context vibhuti. It's a vibhuti. That also Bhagavan says it's a vibhuti. Don't, once you get it, you don't arrogate yourself. Oh no, I have got a great control over your body mind. That will inflate your ego. Because ego is waiting for a chance. If you are not alert, even every vibhuti of Bhagavan it will take, it's my vibhuti. Whereas ego itself is, as I have always told, it is an uninvited guest into your life. So it's better to keep them in check. For that we have to be alert. That's what he says. Every time he mentions that, it's all not ego. It is my view. It's Ishvara's vibhuti. That's what that Atma. That eventually, once you understand Atma and Ishvara being one and the same, it is all my vibhuti. That's what he has told. Once you understand the whole thing thoroughly, then it all becomes your vibhuti. You and I are one and the same. That comes later. Initially, it comes as a qualification. So both ways, you have to look at it as yoga as well as vidya. Yoga is beginning, vidya comes later. Yeah.
So karma anurupena.
Yeah, we will start with the verse 6.
The few lines is done. Finish up. A few lines are remaining. Hello.
Yeah, read. Yes, yeah.
Swakarma anurupena, says Shankara. And that law of karma is from me. So, in that form, everything is from me alone. Shankara introduces this one word to explain that in spite of the disparity we see in karma, there is no partiality on that part of Bhagavan. It is all Swakarma anurupena, according to one's own karma, which includes both present effort and past karma. Together they are the basis for all these various endings, bhavas. They do not come from us, but from Ishvara. Further, verse 6, I will just read out.
Yeah.
Maharshiyas sapta purve Tatvaro manavastata madbhava manasa jata tesham loka ima prajaha Om